Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Hope you guys are having a great day. And here is the long awaited what if Belle Cornell was the reincarnation of Gilgamesh? Part 1. Okay, so here's how we're gonna do this, okay? From what I've gathered from, because like I said guys, I just now started watching Don Machi, started getting into it, so I'm still trying to learn out who all the characters are and who's doing what. I haven't read the manga. I should probably start reading the manga, but anyway. But from what I can gather, Belle Cornell is the grandson of Zeus, so that's where we're going to kind of pick up. Okay, now how this will happen, Gilgamesh, again, has just now passed away. Now, remember, he's a little bit of a Gilgamesh in the Danmachi world. Nobody's ever heard of Gilgamesh, but Gilgamesh is a god. Well, obviously, he's a demigod, so he's 3/4 god, 1/4 human. So the same will be said for Belle Cornell. He will be 3/4 god and 1/4 human, making him the ultimate demigod. So since Gilgamesh is 3/4 god and 1/4 human, Belle Cornell will also be 3/4 god and 1/4 human, same as Gilgamesh. Now Belle will not have white hair. He will have golden hair and red eyes, and be built just like how Gilgamesh is. So probably about like a 6-pack of muscles and the red tattoos. And yeah guys, so he's gonna have all the same abilities. So if you guys want to know what all of Gilgamesh's abilities are, go to part 3 of what if Naruto was the reincarnation of Gilgamesh, and I did the whole list of his powers, abilities, weapons, and everything. And just like that, I'm also giving Gilgamesh full, complete, total access to all of the original Noble Phantasms. Now remember, any weapons or constructs or any Noble Phantasm that was made by human hands, the gods' hands, and devil hands, he has full, complete access to them. They're all stored inside of his treasury room, and he will also have a come on, think. Okay, so yeah, all right. So he has every single god weapon, every single human weapon, and every single devil weapon. So, and he can bring out the full potential of every single weapon, armor, or he can bring out the full power of anything that comes out of his gate of Babylon, except for food and drinks. Yeah, that's basically about it. But anything else that has powers like weapons, certain types of armor and equipment, he can bring out its full potential. So, like for instance, Guy Bolg, which will always pierce the opponent's heart, he can bring out the full potential of that and basically bring out like a bunch of which will cause it to, like, so if somebody dodges Guy Bolg, it will automatically zigzag back around and pierce them in the heart, because it will always hit its heart, because Gilgamesh can bring out the full potential of every weapon. Now, the reason why in the original Fate Stay series he couldn't bring out the full potential of all the other weapons, because since he was the jack of all trades, he didn't decide to master only one weapon. But in this, he has full, complete mastery of every single weapon, and he can bring out its true and full potential. So yeah, and he also has Sha Nakba Imaru, which, if you guys already know from my reincarnation of Gilgamesh of Naruto, he can basically see into the future and see into all the possibilities of parallel worlds, see into parallel worlds and see all the possibilities of what will be the easiest and the smartest and what will be the quickest way to victory or handling of a situation or anything like that. So he'll still be calling people mongrels and all that, but his arrogance, it's at a medium. So kind of like Naruto Gilgamesh. But anyway, our story will start off. Gilgamesh has just passed from the fate stay world, and his spirit has once again entered the dimensional gap. And he sees the Danmachi universe, and he heads into the Danmachi universe, and he sees a pure vessel, a grandson belonging to a god. So he decides to enter the woman who was pregnant, because we don't know who the parents of Belle Cornell is. So anyway, he enters into a young woman's stomach, entering Belle Cornell's baby body. And of course, Belle Cornell's gender is male. He's a male. He's born a boy. He's born a male. He's a boy. He's a man. He is straight. And he's going to get all the girls, guys. So he's going to have a harem filled with girls. So he's going to have lollies and all of them. He's going to have all the girls. He's going to get all the females, all the girls, all the women, all the ladies. So yeah, there you guys go. Now when Belle is conceived, once he's born, they're going to notice that he has no similarities to either of the parents. And they notice that he has red tattoos on his body. And he has golden hair, and he has red crimson eyes. And so they don't know what to do with him. But they notice that not only is he doesn't have any of their features, they can't. I'm gonna say certain types of humans can sense gods, but they are sensing 2/3 god coming from Belle and 1/3 human, and they see that he has 3/4. He's 3/4 god and 1/4 human. This making him into a demigod. So they sense great power coming from him. Matter of fact, it's so overwhelming that it causes their eyes to basically burn out. Yeah, their eyeballs. He is so powerful that his aura, if you look at him, it will cause your eyes to literally burst and pop open, and basically explode. Your eyes will literally burn, disintegrate, or explode, basically making you go blind, because his power is so strong. His ego, everything is so strong, it will cause your eyeballs to burst. So this driving them to actual insanity, because he's just so overpowered, because he's 3/4 human. He's 2/3 god and 1/3 human. So remember, guys, he's 3/4 god and 1/4 human. Hold on. Yeah. That'd be right. He's 3/4 god and 1/4 human. And Zeus, happening to be walking to where he just hears screaming inside of this little house, and he goes in, and he sees that Belle is just sitting there with radiance, golden energy. And Zeus has never even seen energy like this. He's thinking that not only is this kid 3/4 god and 1/4 human, but he has more god power, more divine energy. He has more divine power than full-blooded gods themselves. And it's easily overpowering him. So Gilgamesh is just not even crying. Well, he's asleep. And the parents are dead because, well, they couldn't handle Gilgamesh's power. So Zeus picks up Gilgamesh and decides to name him Gilgamesh because that's the name that popped in his head because Gilgamesh transferred his name into Zeus's head, and the one name that popped into Zeus's head is Gilgamesh. Of course, his last name being Cornell. So yeah, Gilgamesh Cornell. But anyway, we're gonna do a time skip. Gilgamesh is about 15 years old. Now, I don't know how old Bel was when he went to go to become an adventurer. But anyway, Gilgamesh has already mastered. Remember, he has all the memories of Gilgamesh. Everything. So, yeah. Gilgamesh is coming home, and of course his grandfather is dead, old age. Gilgamesh is walking into town, but he's walking with, like, he's carrying himself. And people with, when Gilgamesh first steps foot into town, all the gods inside of this town automatically notice a divine presence more stronger than a full-blooded god. So everybody is just kind of feeling this overwhelming power just coming over because Gilgamesh just has that much power. He's walking with domination, basically, and supremacy. But anyway, Gilgamesh is thinking in his head, he's thinking, these mongrels need to keep their eyes off of me, or otherwise I'm going to obliterate them from existence. So the gods come out and they're saying, wait, this guy, he's 3/4 god and 1/4 human. Wait, is he a demigod? I thought that's only half human, half god, but it seems like he's the pinnacle. It seems like he's 3/4 god and 1/4 human. So if you guys don't know your quarters, 3/4 god is 75% god, and the 1/4 human will be 25% human. So yeah, he's 75% god and 25% human. So yeah. So one more time, guys. 3/4 god, 1/4 human. So he's 75% god and one. Gosh dang it, guys! I keep on messing this up. So he's 3/4 god, 1/4 human. He's 75% god and 25% human. So 75% god, meaning his god side is mainly dominating the 25. But he's still 25% human, but he's 3/4 god and 1/4 human. So yeah. Alright, now that we got that over with, I'm sorry guys, I'm still trying to get out of that habit of saying stuff correctly, and So anyway, Gilgamesh says, you gods are no match for me. But anyway, no, he doesn't say that out loud, but all the full-blooded gods are trying to get this 3/4 god and 1/4 human to join their familia. So yeah, they're trying to get this 3/4 god and 1/4 human, basically this demigod, 75% god and 25% human, to join their familia. This demigod to join their familia, but they just think he's a very strong. No, they know that he's a demigod because they can sense the divine aura coming off of him. So, anyway, they ask him what his name is, and he says, my name is Gilgamesh. And they say, who's your parents? And Gilgamesh says, I don't know. They were dead when I was born, so I'm guessing that my power killed them. And they say, you should join our familia, Gilgamesh. And Gilgamesh says, I don't join anybody. I am the leader. I am the king. I am a god, and I will not be bossed around. If you can't even overpower my aura, then you have no right to be inside my presence. And he just calls all the full-blooded gods, that famous word that he always likes calling everybody. He says, "You are filthy mongrels. You don't have the right to look upon me." And this is when he kind of just is walking around. And, well, of course, he's wanting to become an adventurer. So, they of course, they want him. So he goes to the Adventurers Guild, and he gets registered. Gender male, age 15, race demigod. Yeah. So, yeah, gender male, race demigod, age 15. And they have it, how much god blood he has in him. So, 3/4 god, 1/4 human. And next to 3/4 god is 75% god. And next to the 1/4 human is 25% human. So, yeah, making him the strongest demigod in existence. So, yeah, 3/4 god, 1/4 human. 2/3 god, 1/3 human, 3/4 god, and 1/4 human. So yeah, 75% god, 25% human. Guys, I'm sorry. This is a problem that I'm trying to break, but I can't. I'm sorry, guys. Just forget what I'm ranting about, okay, right now. I keep on repeating stuff. If it doesn't sound right in my head, I'll keep on repeating myself until I get it right. I don't know. I don't know how to edit it, so I don't know. But anyway, Gilgamesh gets registered. And of course they say, you need to take your shirt off. And Gilgamesh says, "You expect me to do what?" He says, "Sorry, but I only allow women to undress me." And of course, Gilgamesh says, "Bring me your most beautiful woman out here to do it." And of course, they do so. And they put the mark on his back to see what his stats are. And they are just stunned. They see that his stats for a level 1, no, he's not even level 1. They can't even get a level on him. So they're trying to see what his level is, but they're just not picking up anything. It's it's showing his stats, but it's not showing his level, and they're trying to figure out how come his level, because, well, one, and they're thinking, oh, this is because of his god blood. Since he's 3/4 god and 1/4 human, they're thinking that, since he's 75% god and 25% human, since he's 3/4 god and 1/4 human, they're thinking that since 75% of his DNA is God and only 25% of it's human, they're still trying to figure out how to work this out. And finally, they're looking, and finally, once they finally come to a number, his level, I don't know. You guys decide what his level should be. Anyway, Gilgamesh is now currently looking for a familia to join. Now remember, Gilgamesh only wants the best of the best. So Gilgamesh is currently walking towards, and I think it's either the Freya familia or the Loki familia. I don't know, but let me guys know which familia is the best out of all the familias. Or do you guys still want him to join Hestia's familia? Let me know down in the comment section below. Now remember, guys, this is just kind of just laying down the groundwork. So right now, this is just the intro, so nothing really too interesting is going to happen. It's mainly just him finding a familia and trying to get settled in. And yeah, so anyway, Gilgamesh is just walking around, and he sees this pretty girl, which we know to be Eyes, that blonde-headed girl that he falls in love in the main canon, where Belle falls in love with that girl think her name's Eyes. Is that right, guys? Eyes? I don't know. But anyway, he sees her and he says, now that's a woman. And of course, Gilgamesh is about to just walk over there until this big brute comes and bumps into him. He's like, and this big brute says, hey, you need to watch where you're going. And he says, I'm a level 10. He says, you need to respect me. And Gilgamesh says, oh. He says, you filthy mongrel. How dare you touch me? He says, you should pay for your insolence. He says, you are nothing but a mangy cur that needs to be put down. And now his bloodlust, his charisma hasn't even acted it. Just his pure bloodlust is just leaking out, and it's like causing everybody on the main street to like just. You see some people just passing out because his bloodlust is just so overwhelming that it's just overwhelming. And he says, once I'm done with you, there won't be nothing left of your corpse. And you just see the gate of Babylon opening, and you just see like 100 gates of Babylon portals opening, and you just see swords, spears, scimitars, katanas, an odachi, halberds, swords, rapiers, and axes, scythes, and scythes, the spears, and you just see a bunch of weapons coming out. You see whip blades coming out. You see knives, daggers, everything. They're just all pointing at this guy, and this guy's just said, "Hey, I didn't mean anything." He's like, I didn't mean anything by it. And he says, "It's too late, mongrel." And he just uses like a. He just sends. He's about to fire like until finally one of the goddesses. My bad. I'm gonna say it's Freya. She says, "Hey, I'm sorry. This man is part of my familia, and he was just being stupid." And he says, "Thank you, goddess." And he says, now he's looking at Gilgamesh like he's confident. He's like, now that my goddess is here, she's gonna tear you a new one. And Gilgamesh says, please. She should be begging for mercy once I'm done. He says, sorry, but unless he's dead at my feet, I will never forget this. And I won't move on until he's dead at my feet. And finally, all the other portals just come out, and only 2 portals are remaining. And only 2 weapons are out, and that's Guy Bolg, and that's also Hercules' sword. They're just pointing at this dude. He says, look, I can easily take those weapons and use them against you. He says, these are my treasures, and you will not let your filthy hands touch them. And Freya says, now calm down, and Gilgamesh says, out of my way, woman, or otherwise you're going to be taken down with this mangy cur. And she says, I'm not going to ask again. You need to calm down. And Gilgamesh says, I said out of my way. Now this is when his bloodlust is now starting to overwhelm Freya. And now she's just getting scared. And so she just kind of backs away. And he says, goddess, aren't you going to help me? And she says, sorry, but this man is way too powerful. And he says, I belong amongst the heavens, and you just refer to me as a lowly mortal. He says, your insolence knows no bounds. And this is when he fires a Hercules' sword, and it kills the dude. Hercules' sword goes back into the king's treasury vault, and Guy Bolg goes back into the Gate of Babylon, and both the Gate of Babylon portals closes. And he says, this is what that filthy mangy cur gets for messing with me. And this is just when he kind of just kicks him. But when he kicks him, he goes like flying into the sky. and he just lands somewhere. I don't know. But basically, from right here, guys, this is the best I can do for right now. Guys, I'm still trying to catch up watching the anime, and I probably need to read the manga. But tell me, guys, which familia do you want him to join? Because until I get that information of which familia he should join, I don't know. I'll let you guys decide. Because I doubt that Gilgamesh would join Hestia. Now, unless Hestia was more rich, then that I could understand. So you guys just decide of which familia you want him to join. Me personally, I would want, because I want to stick to canon, but at the same time, this is Gilgamesh we're talking about. He only chooses the best of the best. So, yeah. You know what? No, scratch that, guys. Scratch that. He's actually going to join Hestia's familia. Except Hestia is more rich in this one. So, yeah. Okay, so he joins Hestia's familia. And she says, welcome to my familia. And I'm going to say they have about a good 500 members. Now we're going to do a 3-year time skip. So let's see, Gilgamesh was 15, so 16, 17, 18. He's now 18 years old. And Gilgamesh has already rose through the ranks of Hestia's familia. Now, you know what? No, scratch that, guys. Scratch that. He's still 15. So, anyway, Gilgamesh is currently... he joins Hestia's familia, and Hestia says, welcome to my familia, and she says, now, starting tomorrow is your first, your first mission, your first adventure. You're going to be going with the new recruits, with one of our more skilled adventurers. So, now this, but this will take place next part, guys. So, for right now, guys, I'm just going to leave it off right here, guys, because, again, I need to get more information on the Don Machi series, because really it can go either way I see fit. But yeah, so I'll let you guys leave me some more information of what his level should be, and give me some information on the Don Machi series, because guys, I'm still trying to watch more of this, but I don't know really how to go about it. So yeah, but keep an eye out for my Alucard What If, because I'm still very serious about doing that. So, without further ado, guys, see you guys later, and peace out. Bye.